What's going on, guys? Today is going to be another accessory install. This is something I've been wanting to try for a while, ever since I got my Insta360 camera. I'm sure many of you know that have these cameras. It's kind of difficult to hold on to the stick as you're riding because, you know, riding is really a two-handed operation, especially at speed. So trying to hold the stick with the camera on it and drive at the same time is kind of difficult. And that's where these two things are going to come into play. Now I want to talk about these. The base mounts have been around for a while, and most of them have just been the front mount, which goes up here. Of course, I'm going to install this as well, and I'll show you how that works. But more recently, this mount here has come to fruition, and this one in particular has multiple base mounts. And this is your ski pylon mount. So of course, let me take off my rear vent here. And then this guy will just mount just like that. So obviously we're going to take out the screw holes, or the bolts that are holding in the engine deck, and they're going to go into any one of these positions here. And the reason you have multiple positions like that is so that you can choose which way your camera is going to point. So obviously if this was in the fully retracted position, let me do that now, like so, we can have the camera going straight back, we can have it going off to the side, we can have it even pointing forward if we wanted to. I feel most people are just going to have it pointed backwards, but that's besides the point. So the other thing that's nice about these is that there's also a screw base at the very bottom. So I know it's kind of hard to see on the GoPro, but if you have the, let me put this back in, if you have the OEM Insta360 invisible stick, you'll see that it has a threaded base. That means that you can slide this in and screw it in just like that. That way you don't have to worry about your stick, you know, flying off at speed and then you lose your $500 camera. So the stick will thread in to the base and it holds in there nice and tight. So I want to do a install on this just to show you quite how easy it is to install, and then I'm also going to take my ski down to the water so I can show you what it looks like when you're riding around. And in order to install this, it's very, very simple. All you need is a standard T30. If you work on your own SeaDoo, you know what the T30 is. It's pretty much all you need to work on the top side. All your engine access cover bolts here are T30 bolts. So it's quite simple. All we need to do is remove these just like that. All right, and they're all out. So you'll notice when you buy these accessory base mounts, they will come with some longer screws, and that's because the factory ones, you'll notice, let me just get this lined up here, it will fit in and it will thread, but it's just kind of a tad not long enough, and these extended bolts are longer. You'll see compared, they're about I would say a centimeter or two longer, which is just enough to get more bite on those nuts that are on the side of the body that are, you know, basically what these guys are threading into. So I'm going to use these to thread in. So I'm going to stop this camera and I'll put that on and I'll show you what that looks like. Alright, that's installed, and now I'm going to go ahead and just install the selfie stick. That way you can see what it looks like when it's in the up position. Get this all nice and tight on there, and there we go. So that is all the way up, and you can see once, I mean obviously once the camera's in there, that is a substantially better perspective, especially on the 360, because you get the rear side of the ski so you can see all the water, but you can also see ahead of you as well. Now this rear mount is very, very thick. You do not need to worry about this thing, you know, breaking or whatever going side to side, so you can use this in the fully upright position. Very, very reliable. I had this on my other ski that I've been using for about 2 or 3 weeks now, just to test with, and it's been fantastic. So that's it for the rear here. Let's go ahead and move on to the front side. All right, and for those of you that saw my video on how to adjust the steering on these newer SeaDoos, you'll know that there's the two T30 bolts here that are holding on the front trim that gives you access to that steering adjustment. So in order to install this, we don't need to remove the trim. All we need to do is remove the two T30s, just like so. And then all we need to do is line this base up and thread it in just like that. I'm gonna have to do this part off camera just because it's, you know, it's quite a tight fit, but So once we have it inserted, we can go ahead and just pull it down. Just like that. With it installed, of course, we can go ahead and take our selfie stick and thread that in as well. Now, this one I want to talk about. So the accessory mount itself is very strong. You don't have to worry about this breaking, but you are threading into just a few layers of plastic. So this front mount, you know, if you're doing aggressive riding, I probably would not be doing the fully upright position. I would probably leave it about here or a little bit less. And again, that's not a limitation of the base mount here. It's just that, you know, you're going through multiple layers of plastic and you don't want to put a lot of stress on it doing aggressive turns and whatnot. Now, if you're just driving in a straight line, that's not too bad, but of course, you know, if you're going 80 miles an hour and you hit chop, you're going to be putting a lot of stress on the plastic trim panels up here. So, you know, if it was me, I would probably just leave it about that height, which is about 3 feet, I believe, that looks like, or less. And again, you know, it's a 360 camera, so it doesn't need to be substantially high in order to get a good perspective. You will get a very decent perspective just like that. And that's pretty much it. So let me go ahead and take this out here, and there we have it. So I do want to take this down to the water just to get some video so I can show you guys what it looks like. I'll do the back and the front, obviously, and I'll try to do a couple different heights, that way you can see what it looks like. But you know, this is a very easy install. If you guys are interested in picking a setup for yourself, I'll leave a contact for the person I bought them from in the description. But very easy to install. And by the way, guys, if you don't have an Insta1 or Insta360, I will put a link to this in the description. The X3, X4, and X5 are all great cameras. I believe the older ones are as well. But the X3 and newer are pretty much, you know, the baseline standard for jet ski videos. So that's it for this. If you guys are interested, again, I'll have the contact in the description. But other than that, let's go ride. All right, we're out here. I'm gonna switch from the GoPro to the Insta1 or Insta360. I don't know why I keep on saying Insta1. Maybe that's what it is, I don't know. I'm gonna start off with the front mount, and just like I said earlier, I'm gonna put it maybe 2 or 3 feet up, just because, you know, we have all the plastic I don't want to break. So we'll try that out. We'll do a little bit of some riding, and then I'll switch to the back route. I'm out in the middle of the Delaware River, so there's not too many sights to see out here, but I'll still be able to get some riding footage for you guys so you can see what it looks like. All right, guys, this is riding with the pole about 3 feet up, so let's go ahead and see what this looks like. So let's try moving it to the back and we'll see what that looks like. All right, this is on the back and the pole's extended about 4 feet. It has quite a little bit more to go. I hit the limiter there. You definitely do not want to do that. That was just for the effect, because if anything breaks, I know how to fix it. But you certainly do not want to hit the limiter if you're doing this by yourself. Alright guys, and that's it. That is the Insta360 base mounts for the rear and front. This is on a ST3 hull, so this will work for the RX-TX, the GTX, the Wake Pro, those models. It will not work for the skis that do not have a ski pylon access port on the back, and it will also not work for the skis that do not have these two front mount screw ports. So keep that in mind. But aside from that, that's it. So like I said earlier, the rear pylon mount can basically support the entire weight of the stem with it fully extended. I believe this is fully extended now. Yes, that is fully extended. So this should be able to handle the beating, you know, going in and out of chop, wave jumping, whatever you do. The front cannot, just because you are dealing with the plastics of the hull. So that's not something I would gamble with. In fact, when I launched with this at about 3 feet extended or so, I can see the plastics, all this flexing. So I definitely think that 3 feet is pretty much the limit for what you're going to get on the front. But honestly, you know, it's a 360 camera. You'll get good footage with the camera all the way down as well. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, of course, feel free to leave a comment.